everybody who's catching this on the replay. We're going to wait a few minutes just to see who's going to hop on as usual. But this is going to be, I think, a pretty beautiful live stream today. We're going to be discussing the energies throughout the end of March and the beginning or most of the month of April, really. I mean, this astrology is just huge. We are in eclipse season right now. There is so much that's coming up. There's so much that's purging. There's so much that's releasing. There's so much that's activating. I mean, this is just a huge, huge energy, and I am so excited. I'm here for it. And it's kind of weird. I've been doing a lot of videos for YouTube lately, as you may have noticed, and I've been doing a lot of them in the landscape mode. So it's weird seeing myself in horizontal mode again, or portrait mode rather. So we're just going to wait and see who's going to hop on here. Just kind of charge with some of my Arkansas crystals here. We're definitely going to pull some crystal cards today. In fact, while we're waiting for everybody to hop on, maybe I will pull a crystal card just to see, clear, just to keep everybody entertained who is watching this on the replay while people are joining the live stream here, just to see what crystals want to work with us as we're moving through April here. I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit because we are still in March, but I'm feeling the second half of March and most of the month of April as like a really similar energy. So when I refer to the month of April, just know, and we're digging into these energies here, just know that I'm also really referring to the rest of the month of March here, especially once we hit that equinox on the 19th and Aries season kicks off. Like basically from that point forward, it's going to be game on. So we want to be ready for it, for this surge of energy that we're going to be experiencing. We're going to have a really powerful Lionsgate portal this year. It's going to be an 888 portal. And I've been feeling I've already had some messages coming through regarding the Lionsgate. Like that's going to be so big. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we're preparing for that energy right now. Hello, November Man. Hi, it's great to see you. Hello, Natan. I am, so it's like a bandana I'm wearing. I don't follow any organized religion. I take a little bit that I like from everything. And I mostly, follow the guidance that I receive from Spirit, my own personal connection to Spirit. Hello, Ty. Hello, Thomas. So right now I'm pulling a crystal card for us. I figured I'd do something while I was waiting for people to hop on here, for everybody who watches this on the replay. Let's see what crystals want to work with us as we're moving through the rest of March into April. And we're going to be talking about the energies of April as well as the remainder of March, which I'm seeing, like I said, as soon as Aries season hits, that equinox hits on the 19th, I'm feeling this as just a continuum of energy that we're going to be riding here. So I thought that would be fun just to see what guidance, what crystals. I see we have some new people on here that aren't typically on the live stream. So if you are new subscribers to the channel, welcome. I think we are all moving away from religion as a collective and more towards a more personal experience, more towards a spiritual understanding. I think a lot of people explore different religions sometimes when they're first opening up to spirituality because they want to understand the different belief systems that different cultures have as they're trying to formulate their own. So we may see some people, switching religions and digging into some different religions, but I think ultimately we're going to find that people are kind of carving their own way, so to speak. One of my favorite quotes is that religion is somebody else's experience, spirituality is my experience. And that's the paradigm, that's the energy that we're moving into. Not that I hold anything against any religion. I think that there are beautiful pearls of wisdom and truth within every religion. There's truth and there's lies, right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, most religion is about control, right? But they use universal truths And they use those little nuggets of truth to kind of pull people in, right? And then they kind of bring down the hammer with the control tactics. That's kind of the format, if you will, of organized religion, right? And it's the same thing as when we talk about false light and we talk about just the gurus and all of the spiritual teachers and mentors that you find who are really preaching false light. And so what that means is that they are ensnaring people with lies, but they're doing it by dropping those universal truths, right? It's like 90% truth, 10% lies. And so that's the way it works with religion as well. Religion is false light, but there can be beauty in it, especially when you just take the pieces that are universal truth. I had an experience once. I've always been very like not resonant with the Christian religion. I was raised in it for a little while, not heavily. We just went to church every Sunday. I think my mom felt like it was her duty to kind of like give us that opportunity if we wanted to explore that path. And she had friends. She worked for the church in the food pantry, you know, she had friends in the choir and she ran the pageant. She wrote a Christmas pageant actually, because my mom's an incredible writer. And so she was in charge of putting that on every year. And so we were involved in that, but I never really resonated with it. And I got more and more detached from it and judgmental of it. And then I remember one of the first times that I tried to get clean from drugs, I was actually staying with a girl who went to church. And so she took me to church. And I remember like Spirit still used the sermon to give me the messages that I needed to hear. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, wow, like if you're open, you can find messages anywhere. Spirit can speak to you through any medium as long as you're open and you're looking for those messages. You're looking for that wisdom, that guidance. So it was actually a really beautiful experience in that way. And she was a really kind-hearted, really sweet person. You know, there are those kind-hearted, sweet people in every religion, and there are also the ones that really resonate towards the negativity and the control aspects. And that's where we see the real problems occurring. Hello, Vita. Hello, Love is a Vibration. Hello, Fresh Start. Great to see you guys on here. All right, so we actually started where we usually end today, pulling the crystals that are going to be working with us as we move through the second half of March and into April. And so we have azurite and pyrite coming out. So this is focus and the spark of life. And as we are moving into this powerful dynamic fire energy, this is going to be, I think pyrite is going to be a really powerful stone to be working with, especially with manifesting and creating. That's going to be a big one. So we're going to look at what guidance we have and let this kind of set the tone as we're going through here. As you guys are all aware, we are in eclipse season right now. Hello, Plune. Hello, Annika. And so we are having our first eclipse on the 25th. That eclipse is going to be occurring at 5 degrees of Libra. So really powerful lunar eclipse. It's a prenumbral eclipse. That means that there's going to be a bit of a shadow from the Earth on the moon. And it isn't a sextile to Pluto. So there's going to be a lot of shadow energies, a deeper understanding of ourselves, of our wants, of our needs, of our desires, and of our wounds. And that's going to be reflected back to us in our relationships and our interactions with others, being that Libra is a sign that is related to the other. So it's about uncovering a deeper layer of truth, a deeper layer of clarity about ourselves, and really deepening our relationships and connections, not only with other people, but with ourselves and with our own souls. And there's really this beautiful alignment that's beginning to open up, that's allowing this path to integrating with a deeper level of our higher self. And we're really going to feel that energy and step into that energy fully once we get to the Lionsgate portal in August, the 888 portal. That is going to be insane, you guys. And I've got some stuff coming in about that already. I'll give you more as we continue moving forward, but it's going to be huge. And so we really want to be working with these energies and opening up to our higher selves, to our higher guidance, releasing absolutely everything that we can along the way, everything that is not resonant with us. I just put out a video yesterday, I think, talking about the importance of that right now and how incredibly, intensely uncomfortable anything that is out of alignment with our truth and our soul and our highest timeline that we're merging with, that 2024 is all about merging with that highest timeline, right? Anything that's out of alignment is going to start feeling so intensely uncomfortable. And so we're really being asked to pay attention to that. And as we move through this eclipse, I think that's really going to show up in our relationships. And we're really going to be seeing which ones are in alignment with our highest path and which ones are not. And this isn't just romantic. This is going to be friendships. This is going to be any of our personal connections. So that's going to be huge. And the April 8th eclipse, you guys, the total solar eclipse, that energy is absolutely ridiculous. We have the sun and the moon conjunct Chiron, conjunct the North Node, conjunct Mercury. I mean, this is just a massive blast of healing, a massive blast of energy that is like catapulting us into that and toward that higher timeline. So it's just so much healing that's going to come up during that eclipse. It's going to be wild, and we're going to, of course, be feeling the effects of this pair of eclipses all for the next 6 months, all the way into the next eclipse season and probably beyond. So it's just huge, huge energies that we're working with. We're going to have, as we move into April also, we're going to have a conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus. That is massive. We also have around the time of the full moon, and I should have checked actually if it was happening currently. It probably is. I think it is. I think Neptune is at 27 degrees of Pisces right now, which is actually in a square to the galactic center, which is located at 27 degrees of Sagittarius. So we have this immense blast of energy, Neptune being the planet that connects us to everything beyond what is known, right? In other words, the veil, the connection to our higher selves, to our soul self, to the collective. That energy in a square to the galactic center is just bringing through this huge, huge burst of energy that is really challenging. And now that I'm speaking of it, I think that this is where a lot of this energy of feeling so uncomfortable, being out of alignment with our soul is coming from. I think this square between Neptune and the galactic center is really pushing that energy for us. And really making us painfully at times aware, because this is a square, remember, this is an aspect of tension, of what is not in alignment and the things that we feel are holding us back. And really the knowledge and the understanding, and this is what the lunar eclipse is going to show us as well, of how it's all an internal thing. It's, yes, there are challenges on the outside. There are things in the outer world that make it more difficult to come into alignment and to walk that highest timeline, perhaps. But really, everything on the outside is a reflection of the inside. So like what's going on inside. Even when our relationships trigger us around this time, we want to be looking at, we want to be going within instead of projecting without. That's a huge thing for us to know and to understand moving forward. It's just like when we think about the AI inverted matrix, right? The only thing that upholds this matrix is our creational energy, because the beings that control this matrix, they can't create. They are cut off from God's source. They cut themselves off from source love light, right? That is the power of creation. You cannot create without love light, right? Without source love light. So they have to use us for their creation. And so it's like, once again, the outer reflection of the inner, as we all shift internally, that external, the control of the matrix, the whole, everything about it, right, crumbles, because it cannot exist if we are not perpetuating it. So it's like we're seeing that in our own lives as well, how any of the uncomfortable circumstances that we dislike cannot exist unless we perpetuate them. So it's all about learning and understanding, in what way am I perpetuating this energy, and how can I shift in order to shift out of this energy, and how can we as a collective shift in order to shift out of this energy collectively. So it's so empowering. It's just incredible. You have a trip. Misty says she has a trip planned to swim with the dog. Oh, Misty. And hi, sister, by the way. It's great to see you. That is one of my greatest dreams, is to swim with the dolphins. My partner and I were down in Florida when I was pregnant, and I got this close. But I should have lied about being pregnant, because I wasn't that pregnant at that point. I was probably like 4 or 5 months pregnant. And you could kind of tell. It just honestly looked like I was kind of chubby. It wasn't like it was glaringly obvious yet. They asked me, and I was honest, and they wouldn't let me. And honest, I know it's like a liability thing. But I don't know. There's like this weird thing where in some situations now I get like dishonesty really bothers me. It's really difficult for me to be dishonest. So I told them. But I had this feeling and I looked it up and I was right that dolphins can sense when somebody is pregnant and they love that energy. It's like they can feel the vibrations of the child and they just want to play with you and they just want to like engage. So I probably would have had like a whole group of dolphins around me, which would have been incredible. I love dolphins. They're just such beautiful, magical beings. They are magical creatures. I think you're going to, with all your sisters, oh my God, you guys are going to have such a good time. We need to hear all about it. We really, really do. Honestly, I'm so happy for you. That's going to be so, especially in April with all these powerful energies. I feel like the dolphins are going to help you guys transmute and alchemize energies. And they're going to assist you in raising your vibration, which is really cool because that's what animals do. They are powerful alchemists and they really heavily transmute energies for us. And we see the way that we live takes a toll on the environment and on nature and the animals. That's also a reflection of the intensity of the darkness that these beautiful creatures are transmuting for humanity. I never really thought about it like that, but that's interesting that that's coming through that way. It's like we are so lucky that that this planet is so full of these magical creatures, and I can't wait for the day that we actually live in harmony with them. You know what I mean? Let's see. Hi, Stanley. Exactly. How do I want to feel? You get to decide. Beautiful, Annika. Hello, Michael. I'm glad I went off on that tangent talking about the energies, Michael, because I started with the crystal cards today instead of ending with them. So the two that we had for today were azurite and pyrite. And for today, meaning for now through April. For the entirety of from now through the entirety of Aries season. These are like the primary crystals to be working with. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have peach calcite, harmonize. And rhodochrosite, self-love. So we got these beautiful, like, see those complementary colors there. So we're going to look at azurite, and I'm going to hold this up for everybody so that you can just kind of take in the light language on that card there. And the Master Crystal Deva for azurite is Azurael. And Azurael says, open the eye of eternal light and take my hand upon the journey of you. Together within my indigo ray of wisdom, let us gently lift you through the levels of self to a new world. Ascend with me beyond the limitation of the 5 physical senses. By choice now, let my hidden fires light the pathways of higher evolution within you. I will prepare you as the pathway of light through matter, utilizing purification and the power of change. Embrace me and accept your birthright, the focus and attunement of the inner eye. Holding my fire in your sacred embrace, create your world, transforming fear into clear understanding. Let the light of Antares live in you as it does in the night skies. I am her messenger. I am with you. Let's see. This crystal holds all the healing characteristics of the indigo ray, facilitating wisdom, focus, mental abilities, spiritual vision, psychic development, and understanding of higher purpose. And I feel like this is a really powerful crystal for indigo starseeds to be working with as well. That would be that first wave of volunteers that came through. Let's see here. What else do we want to know about this? The ones that came to really shake up the status quo, the ones that came to pave the way for all the generations of starseeds to follow. Hello, Sid. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Oh, that's very cool. Lori Ladd will be live streaming a Akashic Records class. Very nice. I was listening to Molly McCord talk about the lunar eclipse, and she was talking about this energy of feeling the Akashic Records opening up, like an opening being created between Neptune and the galactic center to work through the Akashic Records and to clear some of that energy, especially when it comes to those past relationship templates and some of those energies. I'm so glad you're catching the live too. So happy to have you with us. All right, so let's see. Oh, this is fascinating. So within azurite is found deep within the orange ray, empowering all of its activities with creativity, warmth, and vitality. The orange is never seen with the physical eyes, but it is easy to feel when azurite activates within the body, linking the lower sacral chakra area to the third eye. Let's see. This links the sacral and third eye areas of the body together, allowing accurate communication. Azurite is the keeper of this ancient wisdom, which is powerful in tantric practice and the activation of spiritual aspects of self, including the third eye. Its Egyptian correspondence would be the sacred Ankh, the Egyptian cross. Let's see. This dynamic, warm energy hidden in azurite allows it most of its more physical healing abilities, where it will remove blockages, congestions, and growths from any area while simultaneously aligning the spine. Azurite can also be useful with spasms and erratic nervous system movements, such as restless leg syndrome. Azurite is a sacred stone of the Egyptian god Khepera, whose symbol is the scarab. It is also a contact stone for the Ashtar command and ascended master Kutumi. Kutumi, I think is how you say that. If azurite has come to you today, it usually means that something is trapped in the subconscious level of self that is being denied its path of realization and or healing. And so this is perfect to assist with this, where that's exactly what this lunar eclipse in Libra is doing for us, is bringing that up to the surface. It is happening in a sextile to Pluto. So really, really powerful energies here. Azurite simply indicates the need to unite the mental self into action with focused purpose, something often easier said than done. And Mercury in Aries is going to be of assistance with that process as well. The basis of this energy is truth with self, which will activate the wisdom, focus, self-love, and other pathways of action to get the job done. Scatter is about to be a thing of the past. Think before acting, or so we are taught, a wisdom that is great if understood to mean the whole mind and discovery of your united mental directive. But that is not what we generally do. Azurite has rushed to your side to open you mentally to your infinite possibilities. He knows if the spirit can be given a moment to breathe, it will deliver your sacred path into the world. Expect greatness from yourself, and so it will be. But focus on one thing physically. It opens infinite doors for the spirit to work its magic. No focus and no one gains. Your choice. I choose truth and it never lets me down. So let it be your guide. With Azurite as your guide, you are being offered the chance to do something very special. When the inspiration comes, take fearless action. And is that not what Aries season and this equinox is all about? That inspiration, waiting for that inspiration, allowing that inspiration to lead you and guide you into action. Oh, apatite's my favorite stone, Michael. I think of all the crystals. So I really love smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is a power stone for me, but so is apatite, particularly blue apatite. I love, love, love the frequencies of it and all the different colors. It's so beautiful and so powerful. I wish that I have this beautiful blue apatite palm stone. There's just, it's such a great stone. So I agree with that too. I love the Ankh energy as well, Sid. Absolutely. Ooh, interesting, Annika. That's a very cool dream. How did you feel when you had that dream? What was your sense about? I feel like there was something to that. Yeah, there's something to that dream. I don't want to say like there's some aspect. I almost feel like the scarab was representing some like fractal of your soul or some aspect of your soul energy. Well, here's the thing. We're never going to have fearless action, especially fearless inspired action, because fearless action that comes from inspiration, typically our inspired ideas force us to step outside of our comfort zone. So we're always going to be scared shitless when we're taking that action. So it's not about being fearless and taking the action. It's about being afraid and taking the action. That's it. That's it. You know, we get the inspired idea and then we basically got to put on our big girl panties and and go for it. You know what I mean? Go for it, even if we are shaking in our boots, especially if we are doing so, right? Yeah, it feels profound, Annika. Yeah, definitely that rebirth energy, Michael. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and that reminds me again, so I kind of alluded to it a little bit, but I feel like if we have adequately prepared energetically, I feel as though many of us are going to have the opportunity for a powerful walk-in of a version of our higher selves. And what I mean by that is like more of our higher energy integrating into our physical. So like an up-leveling of our soul energy entering our bodies. And it's going to be so incredibly powerful. And so like really doing the work, and by doing the work, I just mean feeling what's coming up, alchemizing it, right? Allowing yourself to feel those feelings, calling in that presence, that presence of the higher self, right? Embracing our darkness, alchemizing it, integrating it into light, paying attention to the wounds that are coming up, letting our triggers be our guides, right? Healing those wounds, taking that fearless, inspired action, taking care of our bodies, taking care of our spirits, owning our truth. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And my question there though, Stanley, is like, does anybody ever really master anything? Or is it always practice? I think it's always practice. I think it gets easier with time, but I think that every time we've mastered something, we're presented with a new opportunity for growth that puts us right back in that space of uncomfortability again. So really the only thing to master is the art of being uncomfortable and the art of moving in our despite our fear, taking action despite our fears. Exactly. Ever the student, ever the teacher, ever the student. All right, let's look into Pyrite here. This feels like a really great companion to Azurite here. Pyrite. This is the spark of life, all right? And the Master Crystal Deva of Pyrite is Pyriel, appropriately enough, right? You say your world is fast-paced, tiresome, and all-consuming of the life force. Those that are under this spell have forgotten their heritage of perfection and boundless energy. I have come to carry you upon my shoulders and anchor deep the golden solar breath from the center of your sun, the same breath that gave you the spark of life at your birth into this world. Let Ra rise again in your heart. Ooh, I just got chills. Draw the solar breath by choice now and call the solar Logi, the master of light, to your heart. I will translate his letters of fire and embed them deep. It is through this that my joyous vitality will lift and anchor life into every corner of your existence. At our meeting, let it be known in the sacred halls of Ra that perfection reigns above all. Let the shadows and imperfections that can only be manifest by a mind unrealized run and hide. I wish to join you now as you spread your wings, lifting into the embrace of the fire-bound seed that you are, ever vibrant and living. All will bow at your feet, seeking your united flame. Call me as you need, swift in Hanuman's blessing. I will come, a ray of fire, the truth of light. And I like that vision of the scarab rising, like I could feel when I was reading that. I don't know if you could feel that too, Annika. Hello, I don't know how to say, we're going to call you A because I don't know how to say that screen name there. But welcome. Oh, of course you are, Michael. Of course you're doing it right. Let's see. Pyrite can come directly out of the ground as anything from the perfected masculine cube. Masculine cube, I've never heard of that. To the perfect dodecahedron of spirit, or the perfect feminine sphere. Oh, right. The cube is masculine, the sphere is feminine. All right, got it. Due to this ability, Pyrite is known as the mineral kingdom as the master of geometric form. The ability to do this individualizes Pyrite in the mineral kingdom and allows this deva to work on all levels that are not accessible to many other minerals. At the heart of this is one of Pyrite's greatest gifts. It is able to activate and enter the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above the head. The soul star is the home of the soul consciousness or higher self. It acts, and were we not just talking about the integration of the higher self? Like, come on. Let's see. It acts as a translation mechanism between you and spirit and is the true spark of life. When it leaves, we die. Pyrite's good friend is hematite, the master of the color rays in matter. Hematite activates the earth star below the feet. The two working together can polarize the entire chakra system, making them a powerful manifestation tool and crucial to finding spiritual balance on the pathway of ascension. Ooh, this is good, you guys. So if you have hematite and pyrite, you can work some real magic here. Pyrite is quite a masculine stone in its action, which is quite mental and outwards in its approach. It can unite the minds and deliver discipline. Pyrite will increase and empower memory, focus, and the total life force of a person, anchoring the sun's energy, making one shine with happiness and drive for health on all levels. Pyrite's mental mastery is such that it allows the truth to be seen and recognized, not only in self, but in others and the world in general. This is so perfect as well, right? When we're talking about these energies of the eclipse season. Let's see. The polished mind acts as an impenetrable shield for any darkness or negativity, and even assists with physically dangerous situations, occupations, and illness, making one feel secure and confident in their own light. Pyrite is thus the perfect remedy for the emotions and common conditions of life force, usually found at the solar plexus chakra, such as depression, anxiety, tiredness, lowered immunity, and vitality. Spiritually, pyrite is a powerful crystal to work with in any kind of channeling, healing, or self-communication work, usually bringing understanding to all that is experienced directly from the soul star. All right. Throat lung repair, DNA, RNA repair, reduce fevers and balance the digestive system. Powerful stuff, you guys, especially for anybody trying to heal from any medical things, choices that they might have made there with that DNA, RNA repair. And just assisting us, as our DNA is, of course, in this process of activating these dormant strands coming online. I feel like pyrite can play a really big part in that whole picture. And I just want to say, let me look back here. Yes. I think I missed a comment from Misty here. Practice makes proficient. Okay, there we go. And yeah, Michael, a lot of starseeds and light workers struggle with abundance. And there's a whole lot of reasons for that. Some of that is vows that we took in other lifetimes. Some of it is the way that we view the money system and the darkness around it. And we don't fully understand the power that we have to alchemize that system when we get involved in that system, but use it for a higher purpose. All right. There's a lot of different things, a lot of belief systems and programming from past lives that factors into that. So many different things. And so this is stuff that I'm working on right now. And I'm seeing incredible growth moving forward with that. And it's stuff that I am going to be working on with people. Just one aspect of stepping into your purpose and your mission that I'm going to be working on with people when I do actually open up. I'm going to be doing one-on-one coaching pretty soon. I'm going to be taking 3 clients to start for a 3-month program for weekly sessions that are going to involve energy work. They're going to involve all kinds of different tools that I've learned and gained upon the way, work with belief systems, all kinds of different stuff. So that's going to be really fun. So I'm throwing that out there for people to just kind of put in their back pocket. Pretty excited. I'm going to get that ball rolling. I'm not sure exactly when. I have a little bit more work to do to prepare for that. But yeah, there's so many things that go into that energy, that seeming inability to manifest abundance. And it's all about shifting our relationship to money, shifting our energy with money, shifting those belief systems. Like I said, many that come from past lives, shifting the way that we view and understand money. Money is a really fascinating thing. It is a really interesting energy, and it is one of the greatest indicators for different levels of our spiritual awareness, just the ways that we're able to work with that energy and shift with that energy and learn how to bend that energy to our will and our advantage in a way that is positively aligned. And really, it is each and every one of our birthrights to be abundant, right? We are meant to be abundant, and there's this huge stigma that we fall into a lot of times as well. And I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day. They were saying like how it's this energy of how they felt like the hypocrisy of all this spiritual knowledge being hidden unless you could pay for it or whatever, talking about working with healers and spiritual teachers and the whatnot. And I said, well, when somebody wants to grow and they go to see a therapist, like, is that therapist not supposed to be paid for their services? Are they not supposed to be able to feed themselves and their children? You know, if we have if the piping backs up and we need to call a plumber, like, is that plumber just like, we should have working pipes? So that's not something we, you know what I mean? Like, everybody deserves to be paid for their work and for the value that they portray. And so it's an understanding of just like reframing the way that we look at that energy and the way that we work with that energy. And like I said, this is something that I've been working with quite a lot in my own life and something that I am excited to be able to assist people with moving forward. What was the title on your false matrix video? What is really going on here? There was a live stream that I did on the AI inverted matrix. What is really going on here? And for everyone who hasn't yet followed me, I'm going to start putting a lot more videos out about the AI inverted. We can talk much more freely on Rumble. So my Rumble account, and I'm going to be post stuff on there regularly. And then we will eventually be doing live streams on Rumble as well. We may, like, those of us who are aware of this stuff and really want to talk more deeply about it, like, we may move the whole thing over there at some point. And this channel may become something else. It all really depends. It's all very fluid right now. But definitely make sure you're following me on Rumble. The link is in the description box of most of my videos. I don't know if it's in the description box for this live stream or not. But it is in most of my videos. And also, I have launched the Patreon as well. And so we're going to be doing our first live Zoom call on the day of the equinox, Tuesday the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to join that, it's the Patreon. You sign up for the Patreon. There's am I on again? The live stream went down for a second. Are we still going? Somebody let me know if you can hear me. Oh, you probably were, Michael. Absolutely. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. Can I repeat? So I was talking about the Patreon, I think, when it cut out there. So we're going to be doing bi-weekly Zoom calls where we're going to be calling in energies. I'm going to be setting up a sacred healing space for us. We're going to be doing maybe some guided meditations. We're going to be talking about the energies. We're going to be just kind of digging into also whatever you guys want to talk about. It's going to be a beautiful, just like a nice sacred container for us to connect on. So the link to the Patreon is in the description box of most of my videos. I'll make sure that it's here after this live stream's over. If you guys want to go on there, and like I said, there's 2 different membership levels. If those are and they both get they're both going to have the live calls. I just wanted to give people different payment options. And if you guys that's not within your means, just reach out to me and please let me know. I would really like everybody who wants to be a part of that to be able to be a part of that. It's going to be really fun, and we're going to be kicking it off on the equinox itself. Yes. All right. So move forward here. Let us find out what Pyrite has to share with us. You are headed into warm tropical waters of self-realization. Here we go. Mastery, purification, and healing of the mental and personal power levels of self are occurring. This beautiful energy that surrounds you on this day paves a fearless road of joy and happiness. The sun will rise in your heart, offering the vitality that you have requested to change your life. Now all you must do is use it. Stand in truthful focus and choose your path wisely. The voice of your soul has never been so present. Breathe it into your heart and take action. In Pyrite's embrace, the time is right to do whatever it is you have put off and hidden in the back of your mind. Play in the shadows of self and release them into the world with love, power, and wisdom. Listen not to the sounds of the world around you, for they are not yours. Hear the inner single sound that you truly are, and the peace, love, and oneness of the universe will be born from your confident spark. Remember, the only thing to fear in this universe is your own mind out of control. It creates your perception and eventually your entire world, your reality. Be free now. Choose life. And the affirmation is, I am the divine. I am. So this is beautiful. Let's see. This is interesting. The integration of the threefold flame trinity calls, activates, and holds the flames in balance. And that's tanzanite on the solar plexus, larimar on the heart chakra, and pyrite on the soul star above the head. And as we heard, using pyrite, kind of placing it above your head where the soul star would be, and placing, what was it, hematite, I believe, on the earth star, which is like just about a foot below the feet, you can balance and realign that whole chakra system. So that's really powerful too. The brain hemisphere's balancing trinity is lepidolite to the left side of the head, about ear height, pyrite on the soul star chakra above the head or on the third eye if you feel called, and charoite on the right side of the head, ear height. And this is an ongoing thing. If you lay in meditation, I'm going to guess for about 20 minutes or so like this for 21 days, that helps to rebalance the brain hemispheres. There's a lot of things you can do. I shared the Gasso meditation in another live stream that we did as well, where you hold your hands in prayer position about chest high. This is a Reiki meditation, or a meditation used in Reiki anyway. I think it's traditionally a Buddhist meditation. And you stare at the tips of your fingertips, and this helps to balance the right and the left brain as well. I also have my Arkansas crystals that I use for that, my little pairing here for the right and the left hemispheres. And this is a really, really important thing. This is balancing the masculine and the feminine. This is an energy we're constantly working with, right? And the mental trinity for mastering the mental body involves fluorite on the left side of the head, below the ear, clear calcite on the third eye chakra, and pyrite to the right side of the head below the ear. So those are some healing trinities that you can use to work with these crystals here. All right. Let's see. I think that there are binaural beats to help balance the brain, balance the hemispheres of the brain as well. Clear. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do now, you guys? I don't know why my nose is like super itchy today. It gets that way sometimes when I'm channeling. I want to use the Children of the Cosmos Oracle. You're welcome. Thank you for being here, Sid. I'm glad that you were able to catch the live stream. Clear. We're going to get some messages here. Some closing messages for this really end of March into April here. What does Spirit want us to know at this time, at this point, as we are moving into these energies, toward these energies? What does Spirit want us to know? All right, we have all eyes on Earth. All of the cosmos is watching the Earth at this time and cheering us on. And I think I shared with you guys that crazy UFO experience that I had a few weeks ago. When I saw, it was this huge blazing ball of light in the sky. It almost looked like a hole had been ripped through the atmosphere. And I was staring through a portal or a wormhole or something. It was this burning bright light, almost like gold and hot looking. And it was just hovering and kind of like falling slowly in the sky in front of me. I was driving when I saw this, and I started slowing down the car because I was like, I didn't know what it was, and I wasn't sure if it was going to hit or what was happening. And after I was staring at it for a moment, it changed into an airplane. And I didn't see it change. It was just one moment. It was this crazy glowing, almost like fiery orb of golden light. And the next second it looked more like an airplane. But when it changed into an airplane, it went really fast in sort of a diagonal line off to the left. And then it turned and did the same thing back to the right. And then it came back and it like flipped over in midair and zoomed over my head, over the top of my car. It was absolutely wild. And as I was driving back, I started thinking about the Pleiadians, and I was like, I think that was a Pleiadian ship. And the next day when I woke up, I opened up to an article, a newsletter, and the person writing the newsletter was talking about how there were Pleiadian ships really bringing in some high vibrational energy for us and some assistance for us. And I was like, there's my confirmation that it was the Pleiadians. So it was pretty wild. So we have so much help from our galactic brothers and sisters in the ways that they are able to help us right now. But what we need to know and understand about this, of course, is that we are our Pleiadian brothers and sisters. We are the boots on the ground. Right? We are the ones that came here to be the ultimate change. This reality can honestly really only be changed from the inside out. Right? We have to be within the matrix in order to shift the matrix. All right. So they can bring through the assistance, they can bring through those supportive energies, but it's up to us to do this thing. But I feel like the earth is being especially watched right now because like this year is so big. This year is so big. And I feel like for those who are ready to see, like they're going to be revealing themselves the way they did with me more and more frequently to more and more people who are ready to see. Boots on the ground. We are the boots on the ground in the terms of we are the extraterrestrials who came to this planet to assist in lifting it into a higher frequency. That's what I mean when I say we're the boots on the ground. We are the starseeds who came here to shift us out of this inverted matrix, to shift us into a higher state of being, into a higher state of consciousness, to liberate humanity, to liberate this planet. You've seen incredible white flashes just before falling asleep. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so I think that we're going to see more and more interaction there. And what else am I feeling from this? I'm feeling like the way that I always think about this is kind of like the way that we watch like reality shows and stuff like that. I think I saw a meme like that once too, where they just had a bunch of like aliens sitting around eating popcorn, watching the TV, and they were watching like what was going on Earth. And it's like, I really feel like it's like that. I feel like it's like that with our higher selves too. Like our higher selves, our spirit guides, just like watching the show, like almost like taking bets on what's going to happen next. Like it's, this has to be the most entertaining show in the cosmos. I really think it is. Because this is the deepest level of forgetting, the deepest level of amnesia that you can enter into, especially with all of these energies that were not part of the original plan, that are here trying to prevent us from waking up, trying to prevent us from remembering who we are. You're using the Dhyana Mudra. Popcorn, exactly, Annika. Ooh, I love that. You always connect to the sun. Now connect to all the stars. Oh, that's beautiful. Michael, you have the most beautiful meditations. You have the most beautiful meditations. I really, really love it. Yeah, honestly, I think it would be great. Like if you join the Patreon, that would be amazing to have you like guide us through a meditation or something like that. If that's something you would be open to. Like you are so, oh my God, your meditations are just so profound. The beauty of your connection is so profound. Yeah, they really are. They really are. They're having a great time. I'm sure there's lots of like face palms and lots of like, oh my God, again, you know what I mean? But really, they're our biggest cheerleaders because like this is a hard job, you guys. We didn't come here because we thought it would be easy, but we did know that we would be able to do it. That we have done it, right? It's just we haven't caught up to that reality yet. All right, so the other two cards that came out here were Cocoon and Multidimensional. And this is, remember when we were using this analogy? I don't know if it was in a video that I just put out. I think it was. I think it was in the video, the 5 things I wish I had known when I began my spiritual awakening. I think it was in that video. I was talking about this energy of, I was talking about the dark night of the soul, right? As the cocoon. As the cocoon where the caterpillar transforms into the butterfly. And that's the stage that a lot of us are in right now. And this says your wings are almost ready. All right. So we're so close, you guys. We are so close. And that's why it's so important to understand for those of us who have been going through a dark night of the soul, right? It's always darkest before the dawn, right? Don't give up right now. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle, because it's like we are about to step into a brand new paradigm. And I don't just mean the new earth. I mean a brand new paradigm for each and every single one of us in our individual lives. And as we step into that individually, we step into that collectively. And that's what brings about that tipping point, that 0 point that allows for the ascension to occur. And there was a time where I didn't believe in the great solar flash, and I didn't believe that it was going to happen like that. But I do actually, I feel there's enough evidence in aura regressions that people have done, enough evidence in just the channelings of people who I follow that resonate with me. That like, but I think the difference is a lot of people think of the great solar flash as like, they think of it as it's just going to come out of nowhere and catapult us all into ascension. That's not what it is at all. It's a tipping point. Once the earth has reached a certain tipping point of energy, that energy is able to come through. But until then, it's not going to, right? We have to still reach a certain point of collective consciousness, of collective cosmic consciousness, right? Before that is able to come through and it's able to have the desired effect. Clear. Cute spring Bonnie. You know, I almost wanted to make a joke like I sold that to the devil a long time ago. You're a little late there. But we all know, actually, that's not true. It is possible to sell your soul. Some beings have sold their souls to the archons, and that's not necessary. That's not really a laughing matter. That is very, very sad. But through aura hypnosis regressions, when we've offered positive polarization to some of these creatures, we have been able to assist some of them in reclaiming that soul light. The ones that give it over completely become, of course, the archons. And once that happens, that's pretty much that, unfortunately. Well, it's great to see you here, Bonnie. Yes, Stanley, absolutely. Any other messages for us? I feel like for those of us who are already at this certain level of awareness, 2024 is going to be like us really stepping into this level of our multidimensionality and of our experience on this planet and of our sovereignty and our mastery. But for a whole lot of other people, this is going to be where they simply step onto the ascension timeline and begin their first awakening. So we're going to see, and I think it's going to happen around the Lion's Gate, around the 888. We're going to see another massive wave of souls awakening and coming into this ascension process. So all of my beautiful healers, all my beautiful way showers, light workers, light warriors, all right? This is why we are so needed at this time. This is why we need to step into our purpose, step into our calling, step into our truth. Okay, and start shining our light, because all of these people are going to be looking for guidance. They're going to be looking for people who've gone through this process, who can hold that space for them. And you are those people, all right? That's why you guys are here. Don't play with me, Spring Bonnie. I have all the tools, all of the tools. I do entity removal sessions for people on the regular, all right? And I honestly do want to say I'm glad that that is being brought up, because the sessions I've been doing, the raw Reiki sessions I've been doing with people lately have been so incredibly powerful. And I have some auras coming up as well. I'm really excited for that. I highly recommend if you guys are interested to receive one of those. It's not just about removing entities, although that is a big portion of what we do in those sessions. It is just an all-around healing session. We are doing quantum healing. There is so much profound shifting that can happen, even for people that, you know, once you've cleared away those first layers, it's like you can always go deeper with it. And the energy is just so sacred and so profound. And honestly, it's like, it's such a powerful tool for people. The Bell Vespita is really powerful, but I'm telling you guys, the raw Reiki sessions, they are just other level. So this is going to be really helpful, I think, as we are shifting towards into alignment with our higher timeline, into a higher alignment with our higher selves, to create that space for them to be able to integrate with us. Having a raw Reiki or an aura session, I cannot recommend it enough. Raw Reiki, yes, RAAH. It stands for Reiki Angelic Alchemical Healing. And it's all on my website. I actually just redid my website last night. I have a little bit still to do to it, but I just redid it and I'm really proud of it. I think it came out, I think it looks really good. So you guys, that is in my description box if any of you guys want to check it out. Or even just give me feedback on what you think of what I've done so far. I was just going to do a little bit of adjusting to a couple of things last night, and then I really got carried away and I just revamped the whole thing. So the only thing that I'm missing now is the testimonials, but everything else is up there. Healers need healers as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. We could all use a little help from our friends, right? Anything else? What else wants to come out here? Oh, a question. It's something that I want to run by you guys. I've been really looking for, because obviously, as you guys can tell, I'm kind of revamping the way I do certain things. Really looking to be able to grow our reach and our tribe on here. And I had somebody comment that they were bothered by the constant shuffling when I'm doing readings. Do any of you, is that like something that is a little bit obnoxious? Like, I'm not really sure. I mean, I have to pull the cards, but I do shuffle, I think maybe excessively. Like, it's just kind of like what I do in between cards. So let me know if you guys find it irritating, or if the sound of it is bothersome to you guys as well. I'm trying to take all the constructive feedback that I'm receiving from people and integrate the things that are going to be helpful, and look at it all as just guidance as to how I can improve the experience for people. So yeah, I thought I would be curious to know, like my original thought was like, maybe I'm not the reader for you and that's why that's bothering you. But then I did like watch over my video and I was like, oh, I do that. I am doing that pretty much the whole time I'm talking. I could see how that would be a little bit bothersome for people. Oh, you guys love it. Oh, that's good. That's good. So we have ancient wisdom coming through to the ancient ones are rising. So this is all just confirmation. This is all just confirmation coming through for us that we are tapping into our multidimensionality, right? That something powerful and profound is happening right now. And with this, ancient ones are rising. What this means to me is that the ancient ones are rising within each and every single one of us, right? Like, because remember, we are multidimensional beings. We are the ancient ones returned, right? So this wisdom, this knowledge is rising within every single one of us. This is why a lot of us, you know, years ago, a lot of people began connecting to to memories of Atlantis, right? Now we see a lot of memories of, and even memories of civilization coming through. Right? So it's like this remembrance activating within us, the wisdom codes that were embedded within us, within our energy fields activating, just that rise of the ancients, that return of the ancients, right? As like we said, as these walk-ins occur, as we integrate pieces, higher and higher pieces of our higher selves. And you see this Egyptian energy here. A lot of people are being called to Egypt. A lot of people being called to Egypt. And Egypt is widely known to be the third eye chakra, right? So it's like we're coming to clear the energy there. We're coming to clear the sight the site for the collective. That's what it's about. That's what the energy of people going to Egypt, because remember, all of these sacred locations, they embed all of this heavy, dark energy around these places, right? And the purpose of them doing that is to tarnish the energy. And so think about it. Hi, Tammy. It's great to see you. And hi, Holly, and thank you. And so think about it like, the way that the analogy that's coming to mind right now is you guys might have noticed a couple of my most recent videos. I didn't realize that I'm admitting this is a blonde moment that I'm going to share with you guys. I knew that there must be something on my camera lens, but I just wiped the back camera and it wasn't doing anything. And I didn't think about cleaning the front. So a couple of my videos were really blurry because there was all that gunk over the lens. That's like what they're doing to these sacred locations. So if you think about Egypt as the third eye, right? Think about this heaviness, this darkness that they're sprinkling, that they're glaring on top, is like the gunk on top of the lens. And so as more and more of us go to these locations with the intention of reactivating these lands, of connecting with that powerful energy, we begin clearing the gunk off the lens. And this helps open up the sight of the entire collective. So that's really, really powerful stuff. Yeah. I used to think it's either, it is the third eye, I believe. And then the throat, I believe the throat is I want to say Jerusalem is the throat. Or is it Palestine? It's somewhere over there. Let me get my book for a second, you guys. We're going to get into this right now, and we're going to see, I'm going to look up the 13 keys. And for all of you who are not aware, the book that I'm referencing right now is Galactic Soul History of the Universe. This is the first of two books by Rising Fina O'Rourke, who is the founder of Raw Reiki and Aura Hypnosis, Past Life Regression, Quantum Healing. And these are powerful books. She just released her second book, which I'm actually ordering after this out of my memory to do it. I really need to get it and read that. I mean, these books are so powerful. They're collections of transcripts from Aura Hypnosis healing sessions, as well as her own personal channelings. Hello, Miniature Expeditions. What is my opinion on the USSR? My opinion is that nothing is ever what it seems. And we live in an inverted matrix. So usually the truth is the opposite of what's being presented to us. So we always have to look past the surface level of what's being offered to us. And I don't trust our country at all. Like the US is the hub of the cabal. So it is like the central point of inversion for this matrix. And so anything that the government or the media or the news tells me about what's going on, I can assume that that's complete bullshit, right? So that's my starting point. And then I go from there. So I think there's a whole lot going on that we don't know about. There are people who say that in some of these places of conflict, there are like labs, like secret labs, dark labs and stuff like that. There's so much. And this is stuff that we're going to get into in more depth on Rumble. So if you want to follow me on Rumble, we're going to really dig into some of the stuff on there. It's difficult to talk too much about this on YouTube, because YouTube is heavily censored when it comes to that type of content and free thinking and free conversation. But we are going to be doing more videos on Rumble. Like I said, I know I've been saying that for a while. We are going to do it. It's just I've got so many pots on the stove right now that I haven't been able to really light the burner under that particular pot yet. But we're building up the community on there. And so just like pay attention and be ready, because we're going to get into all of that kind of stuff on there. Right? We're going to get into what's going on with the election as well in the US, because that is huge. And there are two very distinct versions of the timeline that can occur depending on what happens there. And once again, what the media wants us to do is generally what supports the inverted matrix. All right. So we generally want to do the opposite of what they say. It's kind of like opposite day, right? That's all I'm going to say about that right now. But yeah, it's there's so much to talk about, you guys. So we are absolutely we're going to have to get on Rumble and talk about this stuff definitely before the election takes place. Absolutely. Oh, I love that. I love that, Sid. Yeah, you received some energy. There are energy activations and healing energies available to anybody during these live streams or any of my videos who are open to receiving that energy. So I'm glad you're feeling that. That's beautiful. Let's see. What was I looking for here? I'm looking for the 13 keys, chapter 24. All right. Yes. So moving backwards here, we have, yes, Jerusalem is the throat chakra, and the Pyramid of Giza specifically is the third eye. And so this is why, like we said, it's so incredibly important to be clearing off that lens, because we're clearing that off for the entire collective when we go to these places. I went to Egypt back in 2021 during the 1221 gateway, the 1212 gateway, and it was amazing. It was such a powerful trip, and I really look forward to being able to go back one day. It's going to be a little while with everything that I have going on to be able to do a trip like that, but definitely looking forward to it. Absolutely, Stanley, isn't it? Isn't it? Exactly. Inverted is the key word. And I loved, so Aurora uses the term the AI inverted matrix. That's what she calls it. Some people call it, like Carrie K calls it, the false matrix. Upside, right? Where it's flopped, right? What's presented as a lie is actually the truth, and what's presented as the truth is actually a lie. All right. And the biggest propagator of these lies is, of course, the mainstream media. I mean, even channels like this, channels like YouTube, are pressured into toting the company line. And actually, there was evidence released in this lawsuit that Texas has right now against Pfizer. And I'm saying a lot of keywords right now. I'm really trying to grow this channel, and like stuff like this is gonna. But hey, it is what it is. Documents leaked, communications between people even on this platform, and the way that they were being pressured in order to censor certain information, and how it was the path of least resistance compared to like what they would face if they didn't go along with it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. For some reason, Rumble just isn't beholden to those same terms, so it's a much easier platform for free speech. But yeah, you just have to look at what you're being presented and know that it's a complete untruth 99% of the time. All right. You got to look deeper. You got to look beyond. Got to learn to read the energy, to read between the lines. Yeah. They're blanking me out right now. What does that mean? What does that mean, Tammy? Where's the heart chakra, Annika? The heart chakra is, I believe it's in England. Let me see. Let me find this here. Earth star, soul star, universal gateway. The heart chakra. The heart chakra is key number 13, the cosmic and earth gateway. So the heart chakra is actually not a physical point on the earth. The heart chakra is essentially kind of like the cosmic gateway that opens up within the earth itself. Let's see. It's found at the center of the earth. It is the earth's heart. The earth's heart is the heart chakra. But a lot of people say Glastonbury. A lot of people say Glastonbury. This talking specifically about the 13 keys. They do relate to the chakras of the earth, but they're these powerful ley lines and these powerful energetic vortexes. They all have a specific galactic guardian, and they all represent a specific universal law. Are you serious, Tammy? Really? The words, the naughty words that I'm saying aren't even spoken? Like you can't even hear me saying them? That's wild. That's fucking wild. Wow. And I didn't even speak the words. You know what I mean? I was still dancing around the point. So that's fascinating. You see what I mean? This is why you guys, you got to go follow on Rumble. Everybody who's still in this chat right now, okay? Anybody watching this on the replay who's still watching. Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. Yeah. It's such a fascinating like paradigm, right, you guys? Because like I'm trying to grow this channel, right? And I'm putting a lot of time and energy and effort into that. But at the same time, like I'm just not able to not say the things that I'm not supposed to say, you know? So it's like, it's just a conundrum. It's just a conundrum. Yeah, AI is scary, right? Exactly. You guys all know we're all connected. We're all in this frequency. You guys should all buy this book and the second book. I actually couldn't find this book anymore. All I could find when I looked on Amazon was her second book that she just released. But if you look this title up, her second book, I forget exactly what it's called right now, but that's what will come up. But it's really, really worth the read. And you guys, like I said, an aura or a raw Reiki session is really, really worth it too. Yeah, it's so powerful. The amount of density that we can release, the connection that we can create with the higher self. Yeah, that's so fun. Yes, we accomplished it. All in a day's work. Getting censored on YouTube. The Rising Phoenix Aurora, the one who wrote this book, who founded Aura Hypnos Healing and Raw Reiki, her YouTube channel gets suspended like at least every few weeks. Clear every couple months. She's very active on Rumble as well. That is the wave of the future, I think. Yeah. Seek guidance from within. We are all on our own journey. But see, once again, we have the Egyptian. If you can go to Egypt right now, I feel Egypt is very important. And something interesting that Aurora has uncovered that there actually are some videos on is that the Grand Canyon is linked to the energy of Egypt. There's some sort of connection there. So if you go to the Grand Canyon, you can actually, like, if you can't make it to Egypt, go to the Grand Canyon and bring your light and your energy there. And set that intention to connect with Egypt when you're, I mean, you don't even have to go to the Grand Canyon and do it. You can set your intention to connect with Egypt, to connect with the Pyramid of Giza, right? To bring that light, to bring that clearing energy there. And help clear off that lens, wipe off that lens so that the collective can become more aware, right? So that we can open up their eyes. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I think that's a wrap. I think we've been censored today. We've gotten some good information. I think it's been a pretty successful live stream today. Clear. All right, so I will catch you guys later, and I will catch I don't know what I was going to say there. I'll see if I don't do another live stream before. I'll see all of you who sign up for the Patreon on the equinox. I know I'll see you there, Tammy. Yeah, exactly, Michael. They've actually found Egyptian tombs in the Grand Canyon. Those areas are barred off to the public. The public, of course, is not allowed to visit those areas. But they have found Egyptian tombs in the Grand Canyon. I love you so much. I love you all so much. You're so beautiful. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a beautiful equinox if I don't see you sooner. All right. Mwah. Yes, yes, you too as well. I'm so glad you were here with us today, Sid. All right, love you, Stanley, Michael, Annika, Tammy, Sid, of course. Miniature Expeditions. Akiksha, that's a beautiful name. And anyone else who hasn't commented who's with us. Love you, honor you, respect you, appreciate you infinitely. And I'll talk to you soon.